Well, hello guys. Thank you for coming. Guys, I gotta tell you something very urgent. And, well, I'm 33 years old, guys. And maybe I have come to a realization that, come on, guys, it's very funny what I'm going to say, but probably formality was killing my friendships. Guys, I know that normally we tend to start like, well, please subscribe, welcome to the channel, and etc. But guys, I was listening to some podcasts these days and etc. And I came to the realization, guys, that maybe being too formal could be affecting, let's say, our relationships. I'm really excited about this topic because yeah, maybe if you are on the other side of the screen, you feel or you have felt the necessity of always being so polite and good morning, good afternoon, and so on. And even you guys, whenever you or if you had the chance to watch my previous videos, I normally start by saying, well, welcome, and so on, and in a very formal way. But perhaps, guys, this is affecting our connections, especially if you speak another language, you know? Anyway, if you speak, let's say, only one language, which in this case is English, perfect. I mean, these recommendations are gonna work very well for you. But also, guys, if you speak other languages, as it is my case, wow, this is hampering our communication for real, guys. I mean, maybe this video is going to be like a big rumble because, I mean, I have a lot of information in my mind. But well, guys, I mean, talking about formality, definitely this is a video that is not going to be formal and it's going to be long. So get ready, and I'm pretty sure that these pieces of advice, or let's say this that I want to share with you guys, is going to be worth watching, you know? I remember, guys, that I was born and raised in a family that they always told me, Eric, you need to be very formal. I mean, you need to, to say hi, thank you, please, and so on. And this is good, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna say that this is totally a disaster, but the problem is that, let's say, after listening to to this podcast that I was telling you about, guys, it was like boom, like a hit, like a punch in my face, because whenever I was into a girl or whenever I wanted to make friends in a party or something like that, my formality mode applied, and something that the podcast was developing was the fact that the more formal you approach things, the more formal people will give you that feedback, in the conversation. And it makes a lot of sense, guys. Maybe you're saying, Eric, come on, this is obvious, but even me that I work with communication, guys, I just came to that realization, and this is why I'm recording this video, guys. I mean, because maybe you're this kind of person that is all the time saying thank you, please, if it's not a problem, would you mind if it's not a problem for you? But guys, I mean, this is a really big issue. I'm going to tell you some anecdotes that I don't know, guys, if you would feel, let's say, any kind of empathy, or if you've been into the same situations, but just for you to have a different perspective and maybe to reflect whether or not you're doing the same, right? Guys, I remember, or something that comes to my mind when I think about a beautiful girl is always to start, let's say, in a formal way. So I always start by saying like, excuse me, do you mind if I interrupt you for a while, because I thought that you were cute or you were beautiful and it would be interesting to have a word with you. But guys, I mean, like, if you approach a girl in that way, she's gonna reciprocate in the same way unconsciously. She would say, well, so this guy is being very formal, so I need to be formal. And this is why we tend to be, we tend to read the person from a perspective that the woman is not interested, Additionally, guys, for instance, as I said before with my videos, I have a special video, guys, if you want to watch it, that is called I learned how to speak French or something like that, and I survived. you will see, guys, that my interaction is like very informal. I'm like making jokes and etc. And I realized, guys, that the videos that I have the lowest number of visits are the videos that are the most formal ones. Either because I was tired, because I wanted to, I mean, not to offend anyone. And I mean, maybe that formality, guys, was, let's say, building that wall, that invisible wall that I was not seeing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know? Yeah, even with you guys. I know that, for example, watching a video on YouTube, I always prefer, let's say, video creators, or let's say, influencers, or let's say, yeah, I prefer to watch videos where I feel that the person who's speaking is my friend. You know, maybe you know, guys, and I've told you in previous videos that I tend to. I mean, I'm not like, I don't have like this social anxiety and so on. I mean, if you throw me to a party, like, okay, Eric, go and speak with people, I will do it. But I always have this sense of, you know, like I always try to be like very polite and etc. Because I don't want to offend anyone. Not because I hate people, but sometimes, guys, when you are very formal, it gives that impression that you're being a little bit snob. And a lot of people have told me that in the past, that Eric, when I got to know you for the first time, or sorry, when I met you for the first time, the first vibe you gave me was of a snob person. It was like, no, come on. Of course not. Definitely, guys, I know that everything is about our conception, you know, so what we have in mind, I mean, what we think about ourselves. And I always thought, yeah, I always thought or think about myself as a sympathetic person, a good friend, and etc. But maybe I'm pressing the wrong buttons in order to demonstrate that to people. And of course, I'm not gonna be a slave for what people think. But of course, I mean, it's nice to know these, let's say, these between the lines, between the line messages, because maybe this is why, for example, you guys as my audience are not connecting with my videos, or I'm not having that beautiful girl that I'm always telling you about. Or maybe, I mean, I have a really good performance at work, but maybe I could connect more with my coworkers, with my bosses, with my clients, you know? It doesn't mean that I need to arrive to every conversation and say, like, hey, this, that, and bull, you know? So, no, no, no. I mean, I think you can have like a really positive approach. I mean, in terms of being kind and gentle and etc., but avoid formality. Uh, Guys, I was raised maybe seeing really good examples. I don't know if maybe our society is changing. Maybe if it is bad to be like that formal or not. I'm still confused, guys, because I mean, I really took my time to listen to this podcast. I mean, to take notes and so on, to really digest it. And I mean, using my experiences and different books and different courses that I've taken in the past, and it's making me, I mean, like the combination of all these knowledge sources are making me reconsider a lot of things in my life, you know. So I'm scared. I'm really scared, guys, because yeah, maybe in the past, guys, I was missing opportunities, lots of opportunities, professional opportunities, personal opportunities. To such an extent, guys, I'm going to tell you something funny, an anecdote. I know that I'm speaking like bringing different examples and etc. Because, guys, I needed to record this video on the go. Yes, if I didn't do it now, I was not going to record it. By the way, guys, I also forgot, and I had an appointment with my hairdresser. He was a little bit pissed. No worries, guys. Because when you have this calling or this epiphany, you need just to throw it, to vomit it, you know? And I felt that in my heart. Anyway, guys, I remember I used to have a client, and we had like a really, let's say, a really good interaction and so on. And just started saying, Eric, it would be nice if you spent Christmas time with me and my family. What she meant by family is like her sister, her parents, a couple of grandparents, and so on. And well, I will cook something special for you because I mean you're getting to know my culture and so on. So please, it would be a pleasure for you to spend Christmas time with me. Perfect. That was excellent. I went there, guys. I was having, you know, she was with her family. I felt that, well, maybe it was not my place, let's say, or I didn't feel comfortable. But it was my perception because she was saying, like, please, this is the sofa, sit down on my sofa. Would you like to drink a beer? And I was like, no, it is okay, and so on. And I noticed, guys, let's say that particular situation, in other situations as well, people feel uncomfortable with me because I'm being too formal. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Guys, you will be laughing a lot, but I don't care. I'm recording this video, guys, because I think it's gonna be very beneficial for many people. And when they were going to think about the, sorry, we're going to talk about that in terms of languages as well. Okay. Anyway, let's continue, guys. She was all the time like being so kind and etc. And in a way, we waited. Well, actually, she waited because she was leading the conversation. Well, I was a very shy boy as well. I was like 22, but I was very shy, guys. I was getting to know the new country, so I was like also thinking about my job because there's always for me that fear of misinterpreting situations. I'm always afraid, and maybe formality could be affecting, let's say, the way I read situations. Oh, I'm so frustrated, guys. The thing is, we were speaking after her parents went to sleep. Her sister, I mean, everyone, let's say, left us in the living room, and we started having a candid conversation. I mean, having a really good conversation in etc. And I noticed that she was, like being kind and so on, but I mean, it was difficult to read her, because I was being formal. I was trying to be, how can I say it? I was trying to be closer, but at the same time trying to be polite, because I didn't want her, for example, to think that I was, let's say, mixing professional and personal situations. But now, guys, that I think about it, I mean, so if she invited me, I mean, to this Christmas thing and so on, I mean, we were talking about really personal matters. Then it was the time, and I really liked that girl, Anyway, so time went by, we had, let's say, I mean, I noticed that she was inviting me too much to her house. I mean, I went there, we drank mate, by the way, yeah, here, this is mine. And the thing, guys, is that she was always like very smiley with me, and she was like, "Oh, I admire you so much because you are a very smart guy, and so on. You are always a reference to me because, the thing is that she said that I was a reference because of my willingness to study. Well, not really my willingness, but my interest in studying, and so on." And I just told, I used to tell her, like, okay, thank you for the compliments, So it means a lot to me, definitely. But well, and actually, guys, I remember with the same person. We were in a, I mean, I was leaving a bus stop, well, like a bus terminal or something like that. And I mean, I saw her, and we were getting closer, because she was entering the bus station or the bus station or terminal, no matter. Okay, call it as you wish. And I was leaving it, and she saw me, and I mean, her eyes were like, like super happy as when you see a person you really appreciate, And she hugged me and she said, "Oh, Happy New Year," because it was like New Year and etc. I was in Mexico. I mean, like having a vacation time there, and she said, like, "Oh, how about Mexico? Did you have a good time?" and so on. And I was, let's say, in my professional aura, my professional thing, And I just heard her and say, "Oh, yeah, everything went well and so on. How are you? Blah blah blah." And she was, guys, when you, let's say, when you want to talk to a person and the person is there, but I mean, like, you notice the person doesn't want to go, and I needed to go to work, because I was going to my job, But maybe I should have said something like, well, I know I'm busy and etc. What about drinking a coffee? Let's grab a coffee anytime soon, you know. But I didn't because I thought that she was just being formal, you know. Guys, 4 or 5 years, let's say, went by, you know. I always thought that this girl was out of my league and etc. And then she said like, let's say a couple of years ago, she's already married to a person and etc. And she said, "Can I tell you something?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." I mean, because we went to a bar. I mean, like in this or at that particular moment, as friends. I mean, as official friends because she's married and etc. and so on. But well, I mean, we got, let's say, or we got a hold of us, you know, after a couple of years. And he says, "Well, it would be nice to talk to you because I would like to tell you about what has happened with me and so on in my life and blah 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 blah," you know. And she said something like, "Can I be like really honest with you?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. Do you remember the time that I invited you to my house? Guess what? I was in love with you and I didn't have the courage to tell you. And I always wanted to date you and so on, but you always seemed you were not interested in me." Boom! Guys, OMG. OMG. Too late. You know? And guys, I always had happened the same situation over and over and over. You know, over and over and over. And then I said like, oh man, oh man, oh man. But it is because of my formality. Of course, I'm not inviting you guys, I mean, to get into a cafeteria or a restaurant and just mistreat people. No, no, no. I mean, maybe uh, I know that our society is becoming more direct, excuse me, because the thing is that we have no time, right? And maybe that formality was excellent in the past. And what I mean by formality is not about good manners, but I would like to focus, guys, or I would like to define the point of formality as, would you mind like these extra words that we can use, I mean, to defend ourselves or not, I mean, to save face, you know? This is what I mean. Um, Yes, maybe guys, and this is my piece of advice if you are learning another language, or if you feel that when you speak a second or third language or fourth language, you are not connecting with people. Maybe guys, we're being like so formal, being so formal, you know. So maybe you learned um, ways to sound more polite and etc., which is good. I mean, you can use maybe, I mean, instead, for example, if you say, "Would you mind if I blah blah blah," maybe you can reduce that to "please." I think, guys, "please" is a very good word. You know, "please," or "excuse me," you know, and say what you have to say. I think like this is the secret. And guys, I'm going to start applying that. Of course, my ego, and guys, I don't want you to, oh, whatever. So I need to change that. And I'm talking about that, I'm applying this right now. So maybe it is about just saying what you have to say, you know. Please, I was, it's impossible, guys. You know, maybe I'm thinking something like, "Please, do you have a second?" Or the thing, guys, is that I'm so formal. Maybe something like, "Excuse me, I noticed that you're wearing whatever, whatever, whatever. Um, I think it's cute. You know, like come with something like more direct. You know, maybe you can come with assumptions instead of questions because if you start saying like, 'Oh, do you have some time to talk to me?' or something like that, or 'Would you like to talk to me?' I think, guys, in a way, or after, let's say, reflecting a little bit on what I'm saying, or yeah, I mean, when I was preparing the video, guys, I identified that sometimes questions can put you in a way of, or let's say, in a position of inferiority sometimes, you know. Maybe you can come up with some assumptions because the thing, guys, is that when you ask too many questions, people get a little bit more defensive, you know, like, okay, why is this person like asking me too many questions? So maybe you can throw some assumptions, you know. For example, if you said, "Eric, I think you are a person who doesn't like so much languages." Oh, what are you saying? No, come on. So in fact, I really like it, blah blah blah. Instead of you asking me, for example, Um, do you like languages? I will come out with something like, yes, of course, even though I love them, but not every single time I would be into speaking about languages, because some days I want to talk about football, or some days I just want to talk about humor or whatever. Yes. Then my invitation, guys, is I know, and actually, this is the purpose of this, and I would like to promise you something from now on. I wanted to sound very academic, or I wanted to start this journey, guys, with you. But I was a little bit afraid of opening myself up, in terms of really connecting with my audience, and I mean, that you feel comfortable, Of course, when you're speaking, especially in another language as I'm doing, it is very difficult because, for example, guys, in previous videos, I was thinking, well, but I need to pronounce everything correctly because I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying and so on. But I think, guys, it goes beyond that, because when I was listening to my voice was very warm to listen. I mean, it was nice and it was comfortable, but I was feeling like, there's something missing. I mean, the videos are good, but I need something, even for myself, because I was listening to my own voice, but there was missing, like, I don't know. Well, if you're American, if you're Australian, and whatever, so in Latin America, we love rice, I don't know, guys, in the United States, in Australia, in the United Kingdom. But well, here we love rice. I mean, rice is like the main thing, I mean, for your lunch. I mean, like when you are a little bit lazy to cook, the first thing you do, or the first thing you make is a bowl of rice and whatever, and then you can have some meat, some potatoes, whatever, and that's it. Maybe, guys, what was missing, for me to have that wonderful lunch with tasty rice, maybe was a little bit of salt, like a little bit of, I don't know, ketchup, whatever, garlic, I don't know, some kind of a species. Uh, is that a word? Well, spices, whatever. Correct me, guys. There's no problem. You can correct me in the comments. And maybe, guys, when we are interacting in our language, we try not to offend anyone. But of course, if you live in the country for quite a long time, or if you are very familiarized with the language already, maybe this is the time for you to be more straightforward, and start using assumptions, guys. I know that what I'm saying is like so brand new for many people. I mean, at least for myself, it's like, bro, I wasted 33 years on being so formal. Well, I need to thank my parents, because I know that they told me to be very formal for a good purpose, and being formal has taken me where I am professionally speaking. But maybe having some moments, to make some jokes, to come up with some assumptions, but of course not offending people. I'm not gonna say like, well, you seem that you always, let's say, I don't know, that you always waste time. No, no, no. Maybe something like, if I know that the person loves, I don't know, rock music, I can come up with something playful, like, oh, I think you listen to Katy Perry or whatever. Then the person would be like, no, of course not. Are you seeing myself? So do I look like I listen to Katy Perry? In fact, and maybe the person could develop topics in a better way. Wow, and maybe this is why, guys, when we speak another language, which is not our native language, we feel, and I've seen like plenty of memes online which are like, oh, it would be nice that other people could understand my jokes, or could see how my personality is in my native language. Guys, maybe this is the secret at the end of everything. So thank you, Chomsky. Thank you, Stephen Krashen. I love him, by the way. Thank you, let's say, Skinner. Thank you, let's say, all these philosophers, linguists, and etc. Shane Dixon. By the way, I love the guy. But maybe at the end of the day, it's about simplifying your communication and not making things like so dense for the people who are listening to us, because even formality sounds like very dense. I was thinking how I react to people who are very formal. You know, I remember, guys, in a previous job I had, there was a coworker that maybe was a little bit intimidated by my studies, guys. It was not my fault, but whenever she talked to me, she was like, you know, because I mean, she was starting her career. I already had like some, let's say, academic background, and people in a way saw me as a reference, And I always noticed, guys, that when she approached to me, she was like, "Oh, Mr. Malo, if you don't mind, I have a suggestion to give you because I was taking into consideration if it's not a problem." And inside my brain, I was like, "Come on, just say it. Come on, I just need what you need. Come on, boom, tell me." And in a way, guys, or unconsciously, I remember I used to see her from a position of inferiority, you know of course I was very kind with her and so on, but inside my brain, I thought like, "Oh, come on, this girl is ridiculous," and what I mean by that is I never said that to her, of course, but like inside your mind you have like these voices like, "Oh, come on, what a ridiculous girl," like with these introductions. Come on. Maybe, guys, this is something that we need to take into consideration, maybe being more direct, more specific what we want. But of course, I mean, read the situation. For example, you're not going to talk to your boss like, "Hey, this is what I want you to do." Okay, no, but maybe, guys, being more succinct. You know. Also, guys, and this is the last example that I'm going to offer you. I remember, or sometimes I need to call my coordinators to report something that something is not going well. Maybe my internet connection or something like that. And I'm the kind of person that I always call them, and I call them by saying like, "Good morning, how are you? Are you doing well? What about blah blah blah?" And I always try well, if you don't mind, there's this client who hasn't reported, let's say, any kind of information, and I'm wondering whether or not something happened to him or her. So if it's not a problem for you, so guys, I'm spending like 3 minutes with formalities, you know. So yeah, maybe just say it. And actually they complained to me about it in a very cool way. Of course, they say like, "Eric, we know that you're a very formal guy, so, and you would never disrespect us, so you are I mean, you're well intended. Next time, just tell us, Maria or Carlos, whatever, I'm having this problem, could you help me?" Boom, that's it. And guys, since they gave me that piece of advice, maybe I was not reading between the lines, but what they meant is that stop being so formal. So just say what you need to say. Wow, guys, what a ramble. I hope you like it, guys. And if you are speaking another language, let's say Portuguese, Spanish, whatever language, Chinese, and whatever, well, first read the culture. And if you notice that there's this door or this little gap, let's say in the door you're opening, for you to be, let's say, a little bit less formal, go for it. I'm gonna try it, guys. I'm going to record. This is the first take. I know that the video is gonna be enormous, but I'm gonna try, guys, and I'm going to tell you. I mean, what were the results? Because at the end of the day, guys, and maybe this is why you're watching these videos, and also this is why I'm here on YouTube, is because we want to have a cool life. We want to have a lot of friends. We want to, let's say, to live a life beyond money, beyond, I mean, our self growth, which is important. But I mean, satisfaction and success is also part of a collective, or we're supposed to be part of a collective. Because if you're celebrating by yourself, well, so you take yourself to a restaurant, and that's good. But why not having people? Because there are many people who are very interesting. Why not having more people taking part of your journey? Wow, guys, I don't want to stop. I want to keep speaking forever, but well, we need to have another take of this video. Also, guys, I need to take this on, and I promise, guys, that I would like to share with you, as I said before. Guys, I need to open up more with you. in a natural way. I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to tell you about gross things because I know that many let's say YouTube channels come up with something very gross. No, no, no. This is not interesting to share, but I want to open up with you guys in the sense of I'm being so frustrated about this and so on. But for us to reflect about the problem and maybe to find solutions meanwhile we're speaking, and well, meanwhile you guys are listening to me. Okay. Thank you so much. That's it. Have a good one.